The first use case you think about blockchain is payments, right? So that's the first thing you want to do, is show that you can secure a payment mechanism just like Visa, MasterCard, but much more secure, without middlemen, take away the fees, offers economies of scale, so the more people use it, the cheaper it gets. The way we view the future of value in the long term, 3 to 5 to 10 years, we view layer 1 blockchains will essentially become like the new republics. These will be the new mechanisms where all the value is going to proliferate to. The future, there will be the layer 1 blockchain, there will be the mining market, there will be the dApps, and there will be tokens. So the lower you get in the stack, the lower risk you have, but the lower rewards. The highest risk reward will be on the layer 1 blockchain, because that's where all the value will flow up. But it's highest value, highest risk. We view layer 1 blockchains, which is Bitcoin, Cisco, and Ethereum, as court systems. They need to be combative to the external forces that we don't control, even in the software world. In the real world, like inflation, hyperinflation, wars, these systems need to be secure from that. And this is why we view Bitcoin as the gold standard for security and decentralization. What else does the world need? What else does the world cherish when you have something like Bitcoin? How can we extend that to something else where we can take advantage to build real world utility? This is where Ethereum comes in. For me, Ethereum is a gold standard for flexibility or general computation. We're trying to stick to the gold standards we know the world's going to cherish and develop on, and we put those two concepts together. And this is what Syscoin is.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there, you understand? You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.
Hi, Tag.
Good morning.
You want to be here.
Yeah.
You was here. If you were here, you have no control. Here, this wrist took everything. Yeah. You like this? Hotep and Grift.
Kanye on that drum. All right, so welcome back to Sunday's Corner, everybody. How you doing, sis? Welcome to the show.
Fantastic. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming through. If it seems like, oh, well, she's not even giving these people intros. No, I don't give them intros. I let them speak for them damn selves.
I thought my plight in life was about saving the world until I realized I didn't have the skills or the tools to save myself.
Yep. If you're not activating now, then what are you doing? Wasting my time, wasting your time. So let's go. Until next week.
Welcome.
One, boom. Hotep Jesus.
Of all the Jesuses I know, he's the Hotepiest. Social scientist and YouTube host, Hotep Jesus.
How the fuck do you get a name like Hotep Jesus?
The one and only Hotep Jesus.
Ryan Sharp, better known to the world as Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Somebody said, "What do you think you are? Some kind of Hotep Jesus?"
Ooh,
and
that's
I was
good.
Just like, ooh, that's sexy. Yes, I do think I'm Hotep Jesus.
Yo. Oh shit. Oh fuck. I don't even know how to do this shit anymore. I've been gone so long. Wait, hold on. Yeah, should be that. Oh, freak. Hold on a second. All right. I think I'm back now. Let me just make sure all systems are go. Where we at? All right, so let me refresh that. Is that there? Is that? Am I live? Am I live? Okay, good. All right, so I'm live there. Let me see. Are we live on Rumble? Live? Oh, perfect. All right, so we're live on Rumble.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Yeah, when I tell you Hotep Con was crazy, Hotep Con was crazy, yo. Hotep Con was absolutely insane. You know, I go to very few parties, but we throw the annual Hotep party every year, and it gets better and better every year. And I don't feel like I got any sleep at all weekend. Although I did, but I didn't. Insane weekend. More great memories, more great fun. We're going to get into the Hotep Con recap in a little bit. Actually, I think we're going to start off with a little bit of Hotep Con recap. What up, chat? I miss y'all, man. What up, chat? As you can see, I'm not like, I haven't done this in like a week or something like that. So I didn't get my camera connected or some shit like that. I don't know what the hell happened. Stuart over on Rumble said, shout out ABL. Oh my God. The caption has an error. What does it say? Let me see. The breakfast, Larry Elder cooks the Breakfast Club, Hotep Con recept. Oh my God. Recap. Look at that. Thank you. Thank you for fixing that. I'll have to fix it over on Rumble too at some point. But damn, happy Monday and all of that. Welcome back to the Grift Report. Got a lot to cover today. But you know, we always got to start this show off with some music. So we're gonna start off with some music directly from Hotep Con, a performance by Cadillac himself. I played a background dancer, backup vocals for Cadillac. Just gonna pull this up on the screen. Hold on a second. How do I do this again? Oh yeah, let's go here. Boom. All right, let's hold on. Let me set this screen up so it's there, and then we're gonna go to our big tech. After this, we're gonna go to our big tech update. Then we'll come back to more HotepCon recap of what exactly happened and some of the crazy clips that you see floating around on the internet. And then we'll get into Larry Elder and then phone calls. So, talking with people this weekend, I've come to the conclusion that the Grift Report is now only going to be 2 hours. I'm going to do an hour. I'm going to rip through all of the stories within an hour, and then we're going to spend an hour with the callers, which is going to put everybody on a time limit on the calls. And people at HotepCon were like, well, that means you're going to have to cut down on Goldstein's time. So Goldstein is going to be regulated to a time limit. Although I think Goldstein deserves to have a longer time limit than most, mostly because all of his takes are very interesting. Anyway, let's go see what happened at HotepCon. All right, so at this point, I was fucked up. Okay, I had so much alcohol at this point. I didn't black out that night, but I was trashed. I was so trashed. So this was karaoke night in the media room. This was Friday, maybe. I think this was Friday. It's either Friday or Thursday. No. Yeah. Friday. Yeah, this was Friday. This was Friday night. How many blunts did I smoke? Well, I've lost count at how many blunts I smoked, man. I don't remember. We had so much. There's so much alcohol and drugs in my system. Oh my God. But yeah, I was seriously. That was Friday night. Jason Rose was dead. That was Friday night. Friday night. Oh my God. Hotep Con. When I tell you, you want to have a good time. And I said this to people before. I said this about trips. I said, trips aren't about where you go. It's about who you're with. And the Hoteps are the coolest motherfuckers on the planet. I got to tell you, the Hoteps are the coolest motherfuckers on the planet. We had some of the coolest VIPs and guests and partiers and just people hanging out, chatting, having a good time, talking shit. And everyone loved each other. Everyone was talking to each other. Like, people didn't even care about me. They were like, oh, Hotep Jesus is over there. They were over in the cut, playing cards, doing whatever, having a good time talking. But we got memories on top of memories. We're going to have some BTS footage that's going to come out. Hotep's Been Told You was live, and it got really, really controversial. It got really explicit. It's definitely a R-rated. It was definitely an R-rated show. Not safe for the internet. Not safe for Fox News. It was definitely not safe for work. So we'll have an edited version available for our Patreon members only. Patreon.com/Hotep's Been Told You. So it'll land there first. If you guys want to see it there, go subscribe. That's the group project with me and Uncle Hotep. Patreon.com/Hotep's Been Told You. I got live clips. A couple of live clips up on the locals, HotepJesus.locals.com. That's where I post all my clips and everything. But yeah, it was amazing time. All right, so like I said, I got to run through a whole bunch of stories. Then we'll go back to the Hotep recap. Then we'll talk about Larry Elder and what the hell is going on with him. So let's get into the Grift Report. Let's do this, and then let's go here. Okay, so here we have this one. It says, Biden administration announces more new funding for rural broadband infrastructure. Now, what is the point of this? Why did I want to talk about this headline? The reason I want to talk about this headline is because you should always be leery when the government wants to give you stuff. And I spoke about this before when Zuckerberg was beaming internet to Africa, and really it's because he wants more users on his platform so he can dump propaganda into their minds. The same thing is happening here. They know that in rural places you got some good folk who are not fed the consistent and fast media propaganda coming out of social media, and therefore these people are not biting on some of the licentious behaviors of the left, including the gender swapping fiascos. So since people aren't biting in these rural areas, these people still have some modicum of common sense. They're like, let's give them free internet so that we can make these people think like us and start to affect them, or at least bring them into the conversation so they can be molded, even if they're molded by conservative ink. So beware. Next story. Sunak to spend $100 million of taxpayer cash on AI chips in global race for computer power. So there's a huge spend right now happening with many different companies that I've been seeing on the wires. People going to NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel buying up all these chips so they can run massive AI facilities and systems like ChatGPT, et cetera, et cetera. So look out for that. Everybody's getting in the AI arms race. Here's another story here. Why Washington went to Wall Street to revive the U.S. chips industry. So again, a lot of emphasis on chips, production of microchips, et cetera, et cetera. So again, look out for that. NYC bans TikTok on city-owned devices. So if you have a device that is, possession, or you're like an employee of New York, then guess what? You can't have TikTok on your phone. Why do you think that is? Maybe because they know there's sensitive information on that phone, and TikTok will gain access to that. So that kind of tells you that somebody is, in fact, acknowledging the pervasiveness of TikTok and its spying app. Next. Right here. So it says some good news for the crypto community. Coinbase obtains regulatory approval to offer crypto futures trading in eligible clients. So that's it's not the SEC, although I understand SEC does not govern that, but it's the CFTC. So yeah, that's good news for the crypto markets. Maybe I'm sure there's somebody out there that can tell you, the downs of allowing futures trading on something like cryptocurrency. But overall, I think it might be a net positive for what's to come, right? All right, so that's your big tech update. Like I said, I'm always going to start the show with the big tech update. That's something I pay attention to that I don't talk about a whole lot. So I wanted to make sure I introduced that to you guys in the show, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, now let's go back to HotepCon recaps and some more of what happened. I'm going to have to explain a couple of things, my actions mostly. Okay, where are we? What is this? Okay, so shout out Jason Rose. Jason Rose got a bunch of clips. Make sure you follow the clips channels. Jason Rose is doing an excellent job with the clips channel. So make sure you guys follow Hotep's Been Told You clips channel. There's a bunch of clips from our shows on there. Okay, I got to explain this clip right here. So let me play the clip first, and then I'll explain what exactly happened here. Hold on.
Yeah, bitch! You know what time it is! Hotep Con! Liberals in the building! We won the motherfucking game! You know what time it is! I got the board in here! Hey! Alright, so who were our fascists and who was Hitler?
Cooley's face. Alright, so if anybody knows anything about Hotep Con, one thing you know is it's gonna be white people there. Some people think like Hotep Con is like all black. No, and we got the malls. Middle-aged white women. And they're my favorites. And we were playing fascist versus liberal. It's this board game. Shout out to Taylor. He brought the board game out. We played 2 different games of that. So we were playing fascists and liberals. Now nobody knows who is who. But basically what happens when the game starts out, you're given an envelope, and in the envelope are 2 voting cards and then either a liberal or a fascist card, okay? And NASA Con. So every time you move around the board, you got to vote on, the next person who's going to become the ambassador or whatever. And the president picks the ambassador and everybody votes, right? So anyway, make a long story short, I was a liberal, okay? So liberals won the game. So I had just got my ass kicked in cards twice. Once by Cooley and Uncle Hotep, and then by what's her name? Melinda, the woman you see right there on your screen. So I hadn't won anything all night. So also I'm obliterated drunk here. Okay, this is before I hit the stage with Chad that you saw in the previous video. So I'm at this point I'm several margaritas in. And yeah, so I'm really like fucked up and drunk. And then Doe turns the camera on me. So when I saw the camera, I went into performance mode, and that's how you got this clip. And then, of course, Cooley's face.
Yeah, bitch! You know what time it is! Hotep Con! Liberals in the building! We won the motherfucking game! You know what time it is! I got the board in here! Hey! Alright, so who were our fascists? And who was...
And now there's a Cooley Bravo GIF floating around with the confused face. So that's gonna be lit. So yeah, there's a bunch of clips on the internet. I don't know, where they are or what, but we're gonna get them all together. Here's Gabby. Gabby performed. She did a really great job in her performance. There's me and Liv. This was the night of the dinner, so that was lit. That's the clip. Here's me and two. Okay, so these women. When I walked in, these women were already performing, but I was so drunk, I thought they were with us. So I started performing with them. Yeah, I was fucked up. Also, you guys saw the interview that I beamed here with Mike Sartain and Phil Foster. That was dope. Uncle Hotep, he caught me with the Bud Light situation. So you'll see the clips of me dousing him. He wore that Bud Light. I poured Bud Light on Uncle Hotep. He wore that shit, okay? I told him he would too. So yeah, the shout out ABL shirt, that's a thing now. Oh my God. Here we are on stage. This was the Hotep's Been Told You live show that you guys cannot watch unless you become a member of the Patreon, because it was raw. These are the VIP badges. When you check in, you get a VIP badge, your shirts and all of that. So maybe if I do a Hotep Con search, we can find more content here. Here's Gab. Here's Gabby and Sonny. Sonny did Sonny's Corner live on stage. There's the steak from the dinner. Gab getting ready for the pool situation, I guess. There's Gab again. Gab got mad content. Damn, she's got mad content. I think, a lot of people told me, oh shit, here goes Sonny. Sonny was drunk. Me walking into Hotep Con this week. Haram Life was at Hotep Con. He had a good time. I don't think he got as fucked up as we did. But yeah, there's I spoke to people and they were basically saying, what up, Alex? Shout to Syscoin. Everybody was saying that they never pulled out their phones. Nobody pulled out their phones. So yeah, if you don't pull out your phone, it means you were having a really good time. Free Nut said Hotep Jesus bringing the world together. Yeah. That's what a lot of people noticed too. They're like, yo, like you would never ever see. Like Sunny even said it. She said you'll never see this type of crowd anywhere like that, anywhere in the world, and it's pretty much true. I don't think you'll find a crowd like we had at Hotep Con anywhere in the world. She says it's the best conference on the planet. It's better than, CPAC and all those different, conferences, which obviously those are different types of conference than what we do. But ours is so unique in how we set it up that, like, it's just a crazy, crazy good time. And we added a couple of new elements this year, like game night. So it was really dope. I had a really great time. Yeah. Can't wait till next year. Next year it's going to be different. We might do Hotep Con Miami. Let's do a poll, actually. Let's do Hotep Con. Let's see. ... And then let's see. We'll do Miami was an option. DC was an option. New York was an option. And I'll even add Texas. Let's see what the community says. What do you say, Rumble? Who you got? Yo, Reef I don't think Reef got drunk. I didn't see him. Yeah, Uncle Hotep had the coon hat on. He had that on Thursday night. You may or may not find any content of that until we publish, after we scrub everything and delete all the stuff that'll get us canceled. If you think you're lonely. All right, so let's get into the Grift Report. What else we got to cover here today? What is this? Oh, all right. Let's play this. Let's play this, and then we'll get into the festivities.
Saw this in my time in the public school system. When a Black or African American child says to their teacher, "Teacher, can I ask you a question?" And the immediate response being from the teacher with a sense of superiority based in white racial superiority, often with our 84% white female teachers, the response being, "That's not how we say ask, we say ask. Ask isn't a word." And so we have children that understand their home language practices to be not just deficit, not just wrong, but broken, ignorant. The list goes on and on as to what it communicates when you police a child's language that their home and their community has taught them. So for me, I really like to ask my teachers to start with that identity work and look at yourself and understand what are you bringing into the classroom as a norm, and what do you need to maybe make.
It's a lot to unpack here. And then we got some relationship stuff. I got somebody hit me up. They want some relationship advice, so we're going to get into that after this too. All right, so the issue here is Black children are coming into the classroom and they're saying the word ask instead of ask. Can I ask you a question as opposed to ask you a question? Now, I am biased on this because it does irritate me when I hear Black people say, "Can I ask you a question?" It does irritate me. I'm just, that's that boule Black in me that just doesn't allow me to, see past it. But it is a pervasive practice in the Black community where many Black people say they pronounce ask as ax. And her argument is this is a cultural norm amongst the Black community and therefore should be accepted by the greater community and not corrected. To me, that makes sense if you're in a casual environment. If you are in a school environment, a controlled school environment, and a child says, "Can I ask you a question, teacher?" I'm not going to tell that child to pronounce the word ask. What I'm going to ask that child is, can you please spell ask as in how you are using it? Can I ask you a question? And if they do not spell it A-S-K, then we have a serious problem. Now, if they spell it A-S-K and still pronounce it ask you a question, I might be willing to let it slide. I am going to correct them. But if they keep doing it, at least I know they know the word because they spelled it. Now, my issue is you will not correct this child, and they're going to go out into life and write an email, and it's going to say, "Can I ask you a question?" It's going to say A-X-E or A-X or A-K-S. However, so that's my concern, that they won't even be able to write. Forget how you pronunciate the word, like conducting yourself in the greater society using. Now, here's the flip side. You guys know how I feel about people always wanting to correct. Like, oh, this Black person doesn't speak proper. His grammar isn't right and all this stuff. And a lot of times, people hear me speak and they hear me speak on one platform really proper. And then they come here and sometimes I'm just very ignorant and talk really like street and loose. And I guess some people call it ebonics. And that is a thing that does irritate people. And it irritates me when it irritates people because it's like, why are you being a grammar Nazi? But I think it's much different when you're in a casual environment as in a streamer than it is in school where children are supposed to learn language arts and math. This is a school. Now, if the child goes on, this is a Black kid, and they go on and they have to take the SATs or whatever test it may be before they move on to higher learning or indoctrinated learning at the universities, they're going to look at the test scores and then go, oh, this child's stupid. He doesn't know the difference between ask. He can't spell ask. He can't read it. He doesn't, what if the word says ask and they don't know what ask is because they've been saying ax or any other of the various words in the English language? So that's a huge concern. So to me, what this is it's a form of oppression. This is a form of oppression by white liberal women, because they want to keep people down. They want to keep people ignorant of the facts. Instead of saying, hey, listen, the black community pronounce it like this. How can we figure out a way to get them, the children, to pronounce it properly? And then ask the black women, hey, how can we make that happen? But no, she immediately says, don't correct them. Don't correct them. My child says ax in the community, in the class environment. You need to correct them. Now, my kids are homeschooled, so we don't have that problem. But this is also a form of it's like maternalistic massa, right? Where she feels like she's got to protect black people, right? And this is the thing that exalts them and makes them the queen of kings and queens of black people, because I have to protect them because other white women may offend them because they didn't say this word properly, right? So it's this very maternalistic massa type situation where they want to protect black people, even though black people don't need their protection. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of that too. I can't wait to hear Goldstein's take on that, because when he calls in, he's probably going to have something to add to that conversation. But to me, that's just disgusting. It's just absolutely disgusting that she has these low expectations and low, the bar is in hell. Just let people continue to be ignorant of the truth. That also is a form of oppression, because if people are ignorant of the truth, how can they even come to find the truth? How can they learn to read to discover the truth? So it's like a form of oppression because you're keeping people down intellectually. And this is something that was practiced on the plantation. On the plantation, they didn't want slaves to read. They forbade it, right? So this is a form of modern slavery, where she goes, don't educate these Negroes. Don't you dare educate these Negroes. How dare you? Keep them dumb, keep them ignorant. They don't know no better. These ignorant black folk don't know no better. They're black, so they're not capable of being smart. They're black, so they're not capable of learning. They're black. They're not capable of being corrected. They're black. They get their feelings hurt. So we have to protect their feelings, because if we correct them, they might get their feelings hurt. Superiority complex. They have a superiority complex. And they feel like black people are inferior. And it shows when they say things like this. If I was in that meeting, man, I wouldn't have cussed nobody out, because everybody knows how I am. I'm not that type of individual. But she would have gotten corrected. I'm telling you right now, she would have gotten corrected. We would have found a better solution to this problem. Anyway, let's go back in the bag. What else is in here? So Trump decided not to debate, right? Which, I said in the past, it's a smart move. It's a really smart move. He doesn't need to debate. Why does he need to debate? Everybody's got to beat him. He's the guy to beat. So why would he even take on the debate? That makes absolutely no sense to me. If I was Trump, I wouldn't debate. What for? Why would I give eyes to my partner? It's not about the fact that I could be exposed. I'm not worried about that. It's about the fact that I would expose people to my competition, and I don't have to do that. They have to struggle to get the ratings up for their debate. All right? That's what's got to happen. Because the ratings ain't shit without Trump. The ratings ain't shit without Trump. All right, let's go to this Larry Elder clip. Everybody been bugging over this Larry Elder clip. Let me check on the chat real fast. AK Kamara, what up, AK? AK, man, what up, man? How was HotepCon? AK was there. Trishy's in the chat. Trish, what's up, man? How was HotepCon? I need my HotepCon callers to call in too today, man. I was taught how to file taxes, balance checkbook, manage bills, etc. I fell over when my son told me they never taught him any of that in school. Yeah. Yeah. White liberal savior teacher type. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Policing grammar reminds me too much of British royalty. I'm good. Yeah, if you're policing grammar outside of the classroom environment, you're just weird, right? You're just like there's something wrong with you. You have like an elitist mentality. And that's what she was trying to say. She was trying to say that it's an elitist mentality. And I would get that if it wasn't a school environment. But this is school. In school, you were supposed to practice the right and wrong things to do. Just is what it is. Damn, Texas is winning for HotepCon? Wow. Wow. Interesting. Who knew? Who knew? Ask and ask are two different words. Bring HotepCon to Africa. All right. All right. HotepCon Africa coming soon. All right, let's go. You said Tucker's interviewing him at the same time as the debates. That's hilarious. You know who's gonna get more streams. All right, let's go to the next story. We got Larry Elder goes to Breakfast Club.
Have you ever heard of the term nigga wake up call?
No.
It is
Now, nigga wake up call is a real thing in the black community. It's something that, you know, people like, oh, you got your nigga wake up call. You didn't want to be black, and then some racist shit happened to you. You know, it's like a real thing that people have discussed. It's not a real thing, but it's a real thing.
It's an incident where a person of color forgets that they are.
Now, Uncle Hotep caught this because I caught this too. And Uncle Hotep caught this last night. I was watching this show at the hotel, and it's called a nigga wake-up call. And then listen to his definition.
No.
It is an incident where a person of color forgets that they are of color and are reminded.
Now, first of all, this is what I say is the difference between being black and being black. Right? Like, you can be black, but are you a part of the black community? If you don't know what a nigga wake-up call is, you're not in close proximity with black people in the culture. Okay? Now, not to say that you have to be, but if you're not a part of the community, and therefore you could never relate to the community, therefore you could never really get through to the community, which means you can't help them, you know? Relate. So, for example, this is just basic human psychology. So if a teacher is able to relate to her classmates, her students, or her students are able to relate to her, they tend to learn better and get higher grades. So if Larry Elder is not familiar with the black community, he's not a part of the black community. He is black, but he's not a part of the black community. And if he doesn't know much about how they move and how they feel and all of that, he's basically impotent when it comes to black issues.
Rather brutally by an unexpected act of rape.
Now,
call, wake up term, nigga wake up call.
No.
It is an incident where a person of color forgets that they are.
Now, he calls it a nigga wake up call, uses the word nigga meaning black people. But then he says person of color. And that's where the leftism enters. Black culture. It's that quick. Just like that, a person of color can call a black person nigga. It's not important. It's not big. It's just one example of how. Now, if you know anything about the caste system in India, if an Indian person calls you nigga, it's a problem. Okay? Anyway, with the fact that he says person of color, which includes everybody, I guess, except for white people, I don't know. I don't know how the rules go. But person of color is a leftist term. And now this is how black culture gets co-opted by leftism. Gets co-opted by Marxism. The obfuscation of people, the confusion, the division, et cetera, et cetera. Just that quick. We're 7 seconds into this, and the black community's culture has already been infiltrated because he inserted the word people of color. We're not people of color, okay?
Of color, and are reminded rather brutally,
if anything, we are African.
By an unexpected act of racism.
Oh,
have you ever had any of those?
Oh, brother.
I'm just asking. You think you've ever had
Well,
one of those?
I'm acutely aware, Charlamagne, that I'm a black person, just as you are a black person. And when Joe Biden insulted you by saying, you ain't really black, we don't know whether or not you want to vote for me or vote for Donald Trump, it seems to me that should have been a wake-up call on your part. How dare this guy come in here and insult you, a black man, and tell you you got to think a certain kind of way? I'm amazed that you weren't mad about that.
I'm not gonna say it upset me, just like I'm not letting you upset me. You know what I mean? I don't tend to get upset over things like that. But what I did say,
well, you just not talk about a nigger wake-up call, and it seemed to me that should have been a wake-up call on your part to have a white guy come in here who also said, by the way, about Mitt Romney. Because he didn't want to put more regulations on Wall Street, going to put y'all back in chains. And Joe Biden has lied for decades about his civil rights record, claiming that he desegregated movie theaters and restaurants in Wilmington, Delaware, when he didn't do any of that. He lied and said that he tried to visit Nelson Mandela during apartheid South Africa. He did not. And he came in here and told you aren't even black and let you think a certain kind of way. It seems to me that should have been a nigga wake-up call for you, but it wasn't, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, no, for the record, I'm not a Democrat or Republican.
I didn't say you were.
I think both.
I don't know what you are. I never even.
Yeah, I don't know why Charlamagne brought that up. I'm neither Democrat. Like, that's his default to, like, cover his ass. But yeah, that has nothing to do with what he was saying.
Ask you about your party affiliation.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, but you are black. And to have a white guy come in here and tell you have to say, think a certain kind of way, otherwise you, quote, ain't black. Wow.
How should I have replied to him, you think?
What I just now said, how dare you insult me and tell me I think as a human being, let alone as a black person? I don't tell you how to think, Joe Biden. How dare you come in here and tell me how I should think? I'm going to vote for Donald Trump if I want to vote for Donald Trump. And if I want to vote for Donald Trump, it does not make me not black. 20% of black people, black men, as I said, voted for Donald Trump in 2020. Are they not black now? So only 80% of black people, black men walking around are really black, 20% are not because they voted for Donald Trump. How insulting is that? How condescending is that?
I mean, you're probably right, but I didn't take it in that way.
Well, I did.
As I said to him in that moment, it's just about me wanting something for my people, and I want to know what is he going to do for my people, and not only for my people now, how are you going to atone for the things you've done to my people?
Right.
That's it.
Right. And this is a guy, Joe Biden, who, when he first got into the Senate, hung out with segregationists, talked about how well he got along with them, talked about how he didn't want integration because of a jungle. This guy has made all sorts of insulting things to black people, and his policies right now are hurting black people. Inflation hurts the people at the bottom more than anything else. Letting a bunch of illegal aliens into the border are hurting black people more than anybody else, as I said earlier. He's opposes school choice when he has his own kids in private school, and we lost a year, almost 2 years of in-school education in California because of COVID that he supported. I mean, this guy has done monstrous things to black people, and then for him to come in here and tell you how you ought to think as a black person, it blew my mind.
As a person objectively who doesn't care about either party.
Let's find another clip because there's more from this interview. Let's see what else we got here. I want to find the Teslin clip because he's going back and forth with Teslin, and I feel like every time they have somebody up there that they want to, that's a right. It seems like every time a right winger comes up there, they bring Teslin up to play defense and or I should say play attack, right? Like apply pressure to whoever that person is. And I think that Larry Elder did a great job of combating that. What is this? The reparations conversation?
Governor is accused of now
what?
Because it's in that. All of a sudden, the governor is accused of somehow defending slavery. He's not doing anything of the sort.
You were actually one that defended slavery. In your comments, you said that, like it or not, slavery was legal in response to reparations. So it's you that was defending slavery.
So Larry Elder obviously has a law background, And so he's looking at things from a law background, law perspective. So people saying, hey, they want reparations for something that happened back in the day. And he's basically saying, well, it wasn't illegal then. Therefore, you cannot get reparations for something that was legal and lawful, which is, that's not a moral or emotional response. That is a legal response. And you can't really argue with it. I mean, you can try and argue with it, but you're not going to be right.
Correct.
Defending it and saying that it's illegal are two very different things. Slavery, unfortunately.
That was your response. That was your response into if reparations should happen. So your response to that was, like it or not, slavery was legal, and one would think that was a defense on those who were asking.
Well, you would think it was a defense, but it is not a defense. Unfortunately, slavery has.
Yeah, so he kind of iced it right there. Where he said you would think it's a defense, but it's actually not. And that's the thing, when you talk about things with leftists, mostly women or female energy, they usually look at things from their heart, and men look at things from their mind. So she's going to look at him talking about reparations from a legal perspective and think that he's defending the institution of slavery. And it's like mostly like leftists jump to conclusions and stuff like that, or people who just have like an agenda, I guess. I don't know what it is. I have to think about it a little bit longer, but it's not accurate. It's not an accurate thing to assume that he's defending slavery just because he said it was legal and lawful, and therefore there's no case for reparations today from a legal standpoint. Let's continue.
Has been part and parcel of human history from the very beginning. Asians enslaved Asians, whites enslaved whites, blacks enslaved blacks, Native Americans enslaved Native Americans. There are a lot of people have bloody hands in slavery. Mm-hmm. For example, slavery could not have existed had it not been for African chieftains who were selling black slaves captured in battle or captured through.
My issue with Larry Elder and the reparations conversation is he has some of the worst arguments against it outside of the legal ramifications, right? Like when he starts pulling out that, what Africans sold them, and some of those arguments are just tired, and I've given people, so in my interview with Mike Certain and Phil Foster, I gave an argument against reparations that nobody was able to offer, or very few people were able to offer. It's probably me and Dave Chappelle are the only ones that spoke about the other side of reparations. Like, if reparations does go through, what does that look like, right? And then you do the whole, they were African chieftains that sold them into slavery, and it's like, yeah, like all that shit is like, you're not wrong. It's just that you're not creative in your arguments, which makes it look like you lost a debate to a leftist, or at least it was a tie, or there was no definitive conclusion on who the winner is here, and the debate goes on. Whereas usually when I have a reparations debate with somebody, I usually just destroy them and leave them like speechless, because I say things they've never thought about before.
Through raids and selling them to European and Arab slavers. It could not have existed without that. So everybody has dirty hands here. That's why reparations is such a foolish thing. If you're going to get reparations from the 5% or so of white people that have some sort of generational connection to slavery, and that's all there is, then you need to go back to Africa and get money from African countries that were involved in the slave trade. And
got a super chat here. Oh, let me see what the super chatter says. The Thunder Sound, BIPOC, wake up call, Charlamagne. Francisco Sanchez, thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Shout out to my YouTubers. YouTubers got it lit with the super chats. You guys are up. Robert Jones, isn't the worth justification of why reparations might be viable is the broken promise of 40 acres and a mule? Could be. I've heard that argument before. Can you type that question again? Because I feel like there's a grammar error in there. Isn't the worth is it worth or worse? Isn't the worst justification of why reparations might be viable? Is it, if you're saying worst, then yeah, maybe Yeah, maybe that makes sense. Your autocorrect probably screwed your grammar up there. Or maybe you had a teacher back in the day that didn't want to correct you when you said the wrong word. You know? All right, let's go back.
And in the Arab slave trade. And by the way, the Arab slave trade was even worse than European slave trade.
So if they...
Now, that's true. The Arab slave trade was worse than the European slave trade. And you know what's funny is I saw a video the other day of some formally dressed Ethiopians. And the caption was, Ethiopia is the only place that has not been colonized by Europeans. And actually, maybe I'll just bring it up now because I got 10 minutes to kill before we open up the phone lines. Ethiopia, let me see if this pops up. Here it is. All right, so it's this video right here. All right, and if you look, I want you to look at the complexion and the hair of these people. That's what I want you to pay attention to, and then we'll discuss what they are. But notice their skin color. Okay, notice their hair texture. How many of these people are pure African? Are 100% African? Would you say? And what are the rest of these people? These lighter skinned people, what are they? So the caption goes, as you can see right there, more. Now these women are beautiful. Like I love. I'm gonna tell you what these people are in a second. But I love these people. These are great people. I don't want to disparage these people, but I do want to talk about their history, since I am a history fanatic. So, like I said, the thing says never been colonized by Europeans, but it was colonized by Arabs. Okay, so Ethiopia was conquered by Arabs, and that's going to bring us to our history lesson today, or culture lesson today, which would bring us to the term Habesha. Okay, and then the other term would be Afrab, or I think it's called Afrab. Let me see. So Afrab would be a term I learned from the book Destruction of Black Civilization, right? Destruction of Black Civilization. So when we're looking at the Destruction of Black Civilization here by Chancellor Williams, what we find is the various things that contributed to the demise of Africa and the Negro presence on the African continent. And one of them, or mainly one of them in the book, is talking about Arabs, right? So right here it says, study of African history by shifting. Let me make sure you guys can see this. Study of, where am I? Where'd it go? I just lost my spot. Okay, here it is. And the study of African history by shifting the main focus from the history of Arabs and Europeans to Africa. The history of Arabs and Europeans in Africa to the Africans themselves, offering instead a history of blacks that is a history of blacks, because only from history can we learn our strengths, But anyway, in this book, he's going to, he talks about something called an Afro-Arab, okay? And here we go, right here. So we have, Wikipedia has an article on it. It's called an Afro-Arab, right? And you'll see right here, it's an Afro-Arab or African Arabs or Arabs of full or partial African descent. These include primarily minority groups in Yemen, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Qatar, as well as Syria, Iraq, Palestine, and Jordan. This would also include Ethiopia. Now, if you say it's Ethiopians, you might not get a good response. Like if they see this stream and they hear me saying this, they're going to be very angry with me. I'm just going to tell you that right now, because they don't like to admit this history. They want to pretend like they are not Arab people, so that's how you get the term Habesha, right? So in Wiki, you say Habesha peoples, right? And how does Wiki describe this? It says is an ethnic or pan-ethnic identifier that has been historically employed to refer to the Semitic language speaking predominantly Orthodox Christian peoples found in the highlands of Ethiopia and Eritrea, Asmara, Addis, Ababa, And right here, you're going to see here, which is interesting. I didn't know this was going to happen. It says the oldest reference to Habasha was in the 2nd and 3rd century Sabaean engravings. And it says right here, the defeat of who? The Negus or Negas, a.k.a. king. So when people say, hey, you know, nigga means king, they refer to niggas or Negus. It means king, right? So when you say nigga is a derogatory term, technically it means king, at least here in the Semitic region, okay? Here we go, Pharaoh Hatshepsut. So this is going back to ancient Kemet, et cetera, et cetera. Hold on. Aha. So here we have refer to an Arabian people living next to the Sabaeans together, right? So this is what I'm talking about here. So how do they describe Sabaeans? Sabaeans are Saba, South Arabian kingdoms. Okay. I've actually never gotten into that study. Let me see if there's how many mentions of Arab are in here. All right. So yeah. So they mentioned the Arab. So as you can see, this is all mentions of Arab, right? And those people I told you before are Habasha. These are Habasha people, and they'll tell you that they do not shy away from being called Habasha. They actually enjoy that term, and not much Arab. They do not like that because it's a very funny situation, actually. Let me see here. Yeah, so this was not Kush or any time around. Yeah. The Horn of Africa, right? Yeah. All right, let's finish. All right, so let's go back now, and then we'll go back to Teslin. So these people here, it's a very controversial take culturally. They're called Habasha people. I would call them Afro-Arabs. These are people who are of Arab descent but have an admixture with the African people on that continent. And they're mixed people. They're mixed people. The issue is there is also a caste system. It's a silent one. It's not as pronounced as a caste system in or not as established, on paper as it is in India, but it's very similar. Where the lighter you are, the better you are, sort of situation. This is right, in this community. And what happens is the closer you are to Arab, the closer you are usually to wealth and higher society, and the closer you are to African, the more you're shunned and looked down upon, et cetera, et cetera. Now, do all Habasha people act like that? No. A lot of it is the old guard of the Habasha, and I'm sure there's people from Africa that can, dive into this and talk about this more. Like Halima could probably talk about this for hours and tell us more and give us more nuance, But anyway, that coming back here, she's talking about slavery, and he mentioned, Larry Elder mentions and says, the Arab slave trade was worse. And I brought up the Habasha people to show you they created a new people because of colonization. Like Habasha people they're created admixture because of a Arab incursion into the African continent. And I showed you that. Habasha people right there. I just showed you. You type in Arab, these is Arab people. Arab persuaded people. It's right there all through the word Arab is right there all through the Habasha article. You see what I'm saying? In fact, it says right here, however, South Arabian expert Edward Glazer claimed that the Egyptian hieroglyph, Habasha, used in reference to a foreign people from the incense-producing regions, was the first usage of the term and somehow connected. So these are foreign people, according to the people of Kemet. Okay. What is a demonym? Let's look what the term demonym is. I hope it's not what I think it is. A people or a tribe. Okay, cool. All right. I was about to say, is it demons? What the hell's going on? Okay, so again, these are outsiders. Even according to Pharaoh Hatshepsut, these people are outsiders and incense-producing people, right? Incense-producing regions. You know, that's definitely the Arabs. Arabs really dominate that industry and have for a really long time. Silk Road and all of that bullshit. But yeah, these are Arab people. So when Teslin is talking about, you know, reparations or slavery, we can't ignore the Arab hand in slavery on the African continent.
Go after the money from the other countries, then would you agree that it would be okay to go after the money from America? Is that your problem with it?
When are you going to stop with this? Everybody has a grievance.
I just asked a simple question.
I'm answering.
Let's go to the clip on Larry Elder, and then I'll bring up
No, whether or not things like well, but it wasn't apparently.
Yeah, I mean, no,
kind of way. Otherwise, you human being like Donald Trump, and if I want to vote for,
that wasn't the clip I wanted. That wasn't the clip I wanted. Hold on. Media. Thought there was another clip. Oh, here it is. This one. This is the clip I wanted to play. What? Why did it just bounce like that? Why did it do that? Oh, Elon, get your app together, bro. I'm going to play this last clip, then we're going to open up phone lines. There we go. All right, let's play this.
I asked, what system did we create? What financial system?
Okay, let's talk about the system of one of the largest.
Let him say his point.
Thank you. One of the systems of one of the largest.
Now, notice Charlamagne says, let him say his point, right?
Cities in America, Baltimore. Freddie Gray died in police custody a few years ago. The mayor was black. The head of the police department was black. Number two.
It's not in charge of the system, but go ahead.
Number two person in charge of the police department was black. All
the
city council, Democrats, majority black.
Still not in charge of the system.
Wow.
That's a position.
You heard him? He was like, wow. The behavior. He's right. Like, let that man cook, yo.
Officers charged, 3 of them were black. A judge before whom 2 of the officers tried their case, found him not guilty, was black.
Still not in charge of the system.
I don't know why she's saying not in charge of the system. He's literally laying out everybody in charge of that local system. So I don't know what system she's referring to.
City intendant of public schools was black. The county superintendent of public schools was black. The attorney general at the time, Loretta Lynch, is black, as was the president of the United States, was black. And yet,
still not in charge of the system. I asked you a simple question, sir.
Well, Wanda Sykes said when Barack Obama got elected, how are you going to complain about the man when you are the man? Now,
if you want to get on the phone lines right now, text Hotep in your name to 202-596-5631. Text your Hotep in your name to 202-596-5631.
From the president to the attorney general to the state attorney to the mayor to the head of the police department to the commissions of the schools in the city and in the county to the majority of city council in that city, all of them are black. And you're still saying that we don't run anything?
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Oh, that was the wrong button. Cook. I mean, again, you know, it was a movie called The Experiment. I think it was based upon a true experiment at a university where they take 2 groups of people. One is supposed to pretend to be correction officers in a jail environment, and the other group were supposed to be inmates, and they knew it was an experiment. They knew it wasn't real. The movie's got Forrest Whitaker in it. And basically, to make a long story short, the corrections officers start power tripping because they have to mock and pretend like, you know, it's a real jail. So when they tell the people, hey, you know, it's time for lockdown and they don't do it, they start power tripping and shit like that. So, you know, I've said this before. I said, you know, even if we had black police officers, that does not eliminate police brutality. However, it does eliminate white police brutality. So that's one thing you couldn't complain about. Now you have to complain about just police brutality. And then we saw that with Freddie Gray, like, you know, majority officers involved in that situation, if not all, were black. and the justice system, the local, government, etc. All of that is all black, and so it doesn't really make much of a difference if you are black and your leadership is black, unless you've got a really tight culture. If your culture is tight, you wouldn't have to worry about this stuff. But the culture's not tight, and that's the issue. The culture's not trad enough. It's not conservative enough. It's very loose, anything goes type of situation. And in some ways, that is the black community's strength, where they have, more room to be a little bit loose. But at the same time, it's also the detriment as to why, you can't organize and gain power. With that being said, let's go ahead and open up phone lines. Like I said, text Hotep in your name to 202-596-5631. Yeah, text Hotep in your name to 202-596-5631. We're gonna get into the phone lines right after this commercial break. Hold on.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How I'm supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand? You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.
Strong Dad on the check-in. What up, Strong Dad?
Hey, man! I'm glad y'all had a beautiful Hotep Con time. That was, I look forward to seeing a few more clips. I want to see Unc wear that Bud Light because, you know what I'm saying? It's not right to even see you in a picture with Bud Light, man. My heart was hurt. I was like, he better not have been drinking that. But I knew you wouldn't. I believe in you. I believe in you.
Now, Unc definitely wore that Bud Light, and the footage is coming soon.
Good. We need memes of it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get a GIF with Uncle Hotep getting Bud Lighted. But this white liberal woman, and man, I've had a lot of experience with women like this in my schooling life.
Mm-hmm.
When as a matter of fact, when I think that the first time that I really understood how the white liberal views black people was actually when I was incarcerated. I had to go. I moved to a facility that was a lower class facility, and so they wanted to have me take the GED. And up until that point, I was in private prisons, where, as many people don't know, you don't have to have any education in a private prison, which is why the recidivism rate is higher there. But anyway, I moved to a DOC, and they said, well, you have to take your GED. And I went to the librarian, the lady in charge of the GED program, and, pretty much had to tell her, well, what's the paperwork for me not to have to take this because I'm a college graduate. I attended college before this. And for the life of me, man, I had a feeling in my heart that she didn't believe me. And what solidified the feeling was after they said, well, no matter what, you have to take the GED, because I was homeschooled, so I don't have a high school diploma. I took the Accuplacer to get into college. But anyway, because of that, I had to take this GED. So I took this class, and I got the highest score in the class that she's ever gotten. And when she delivered me my scores, she said, I'm surprised. This is the best score that I've ever seen. I didn't even think that was possible. And I looked at this woman, and I was like, well, I told you I attended college. And she said, yeah, well, And that was, I feel like that was the first time I really understood what a white liberal views black intelligence as, because, you know, most of the people in the class were black people taking the GED. It was, you know, like a handful of white dudes in there. And, you know, they'd pass in their tests and she would, you know, commend them on, you know, how well they did. But I was the first person that she said she was surprised to see the score. She just assumed I was going to have a low score. So I've had, that was the first time that I encountered that. After that, it was during the protests, you know, being out there around all them white liberals, and I would speak and then they would pick my brain about the things that I knew, but I realized they were testing me to see how smart I was, not asking me to get my insight. A lot of times they would ask me, you know, questions based like in test format, essentially. And some of them were, you know, really low brain things, whether it be from, you know, history. It was primarily history because being Hotep out there, I was talking a lot about history. But, you know, even when it came to like the social sciences and things like this, they were always asking me testing questions to qualify my intelligence. And they were often seen saying things like we shouldn't do X for black people because colloquially this is how they are. This is how they are. Their intelligence is here. So I lost all respect for the white liberal, you know, a long time ago. But
fuck the white liberal.
I'm used to that stuff. Fuck the white liberal. Fuck the white. You know what I'm saying? Unless they trying to switch sides. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they're trying to switch sides, you know, maybe we can have a conversation about that. But yeah. So this Larry Elder, listen, I've never really liked Larry Elder too much, but I mean, he was cooking. He was cooking. He was cooking the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Charlamagne is he's long been an agent. There was no way he was gonna, you know, push back on Joe Biden when he said that. You know what I mean? Charlamagne, yo, he's not even controlled opposition. He's bought and paid for opposition at this point. He's, you know, I didn't know much about Charlamagne, but when Homeboy gave him that booty cast and he kept it, I already knew that Charlamagne was whack. You know what I mean? So to me,
I would put him more in the region of gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper, yeah. You know what? I would go with gatekeeper if only to say that, you know, I feel like the majority of the community has already, for the most part, you know, turned against him. I mean, I feel like you know.
Did you see what Nas said?
Like, no, what did no? We talking about the GOAT.
Yo, hold on.
Nas is the GOAT. For y'all who don't know, Nas is the best rapper to ever grace this earth. Illmatic, best album in the world.
Look at this headline.
Anyway, continue.
Yahoo News. Rapper Nas applauds Larry Elder for chin checking Charlamagne Tha God over allowing Joe Biden's anti-black statements on the Breakfast Club.
And this is why he remains. See, this is solidified as the GOAT. He's solidified as the king. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Nas is president.
It says here, prior to the exchange, Elder denied. Says, okay, it says, anytime you allow bad behavior to continue, you're going to get more bad behavior, he said. No, I don't think he did anything wrong. When you call, hold on, where's the Nas part? Oh, here it go. Right here. Listen how Charlamagne Tha God tried to people of color the N-word. Wait. How come I can't see it?
Man,
hold on.
Nas is the first head on the Mount Rushmore. Come on now. This is
Nas
so much respect for Nas.
Or has he got a burner account? This must be a burner account. There's no way this is the real Nas. What account is this? So it says here, listen how See the God tried the people of color the N-word wake-up call phrase. I really don't like that. I do applaud Larry Elder for chin checking Charlamagne over Joe Biden's anti-black statements. Is that really Nas's account, yo? Does he have two accounts?
I hope so, man. I hope so.
Let me see this. Nas Esco. I'm blocked, but is this a real account? Oh, let me switch accounts. Who is this?
Nas wouldn't block you. That might not be a real account.
Who is this? This is not Nas.
Yeah.
I just caught an error on Yahoo News. They titled this as Rapper Nas. Unless this is his burner account. I don't know, but let me get to some calls, man.
One thing though.
Yeah.
I wanted to pick your brain on this. So I've listened to 1984 a dozen times during my working day.
Yeah.
And I got a really old paperback copy a couple months ago, and I've been reading it for bedtime for my daughter. And it made me think as I was reading it physically, do you think that Winston's Julia, the one that he fell in love with, do you think that Julia was one who snitched him out to the police?
Oh, damn. I never thought about that.
She's really perfect in the eyes of the party, but so perfect that how can she be so rebellious? So I was wondered if it wasn't O'Brien that found him out, if it was actually Julia sent to catch him.
Somebody snitched.
Somebody had to snitch.
Somebody snitched. So I can't recall if I thought he snitched or if they caught him, because he was flagrant. Towards the end of the book, he was flagrant. He wasn't even hiding it. He wasn't even trying to hide it as much anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but they say the minute you think something contrary, you've already committed thought crime, and that was also at the same time that Julia appeared in his vision as just the woman he thought was following him. So that's what made me think, okay, they caught him before that and sent an agent to essentially make him confess by action before he actually was forced to confess when he was caught.
I don't know. I'm gonna think about it.
Just something to think about, because it's been on my mind. But you know what I'm saying? Glad to talk. Happy Hotep Con, man.
Oh yeah.
Next year, Florida.
All right,
Don't ever go to New York. I'll never travel to New York.
All right, Miami. We doing
Hotep
Miami.
and Bill, yo.
Peace. Hotep and Bill. Goldstein, go ahead, yo. We're gonna let Goldstein get his 15 minutes or whatever he need. You know what I'm saying? Where we at?
Call from
Murphy. Yo, Goldstein, what up, man?
What's happening?
Life is good, man. Talk to me. What's going on?
Welcome back to the bullshit. You had a nice little fucking vacay there.
Oh man, listen. Hotepistan is different, man. Hotepistan is a whole nother reality. It's a whole nother world. It's a whole nother dimension. Oh man, had a great time, man.
That's what's up.
If you was there, oh man, it would have been up.
Yeah, I'll be there next year. I'm going there to pick brains, man. I'm going there to find out what the fuck y'all know.
I dropped some gems.
But yeah, the teacher, bro. The teacher.
Yeah.
The teacher conference. I'm tired, bro, of white folks thinking that they got exclusive rights to supremacy. I'm tired of that. Listen, there's a such thing. I'm not sure if they know this or not, especially as it pertains to, speech and how to pronounce shit. But there's a such thing that they should be privy to soon called educated Negro supremacy. Right? Educated Negro supremacy is what they need to be introduced to.
Educated Negro supremacy?
That's right. Because sometimes as an educated Negro, you understand, man, I'm far more supreme than anyone in that fucking Zoom call. Anyone in that Zoom call, I'm far more supreme than all of them. Right? You come to these realizations. So that's what they need to be waking up to. Educated Negroes need to flex some supremacy on them motherfuckers. That's what has to happen. And soon. Otherwise, we're going to have a whole generation of motherfucking sexy reds. Which, by the way, mind you,
So wait a second. So what was your how would you have responded to the teacher?
Bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you? Pretty plain, you know. I'm not trying to fucking pull no punches when it comes to that type of shit. Bitch, what is wrong with you? How in the fuck is it you just gonna keep this nigga in a state of perpetual dumbness because you feel it's culturally appropriate? What else is you allowing motherfuckers to get away with? And let me ask you one more question. What happens if niggas just start making shit up? Like if you an educated Negro and you want to hit these idiots with some educated Negro supremacy, what happens if you send your kid to the school every day with a made-up word to substitute for an actual word every day, and he has to introduce that at the school every day?
Every day.
And when they push back talking about what does that mean, he just hits them with, what are you talking about? What does that mean? Are you saying that you supreme or some shit? Is this white supremacy showing its face again? You should know what that means by now. It's been a part of the lexicon for, you know what I mean? Just go off every day. Just become that guy.
I like that. You gotta troll it. You gotta troll it back. Like, oh, since we playing that game, let's play that game then. I got a new word for you.
Every day. And now, the nigga wake up call. This has been a part of black folks for I don't know how long, my whole goddamn life, and probably before then.
How Larry Elder don't know it, or is he pretending like he don't know it? I feel like he pretended like he don't know it.
Yeah, he just up there wanting her to say it. You know, that game. I don't know. What does it mean? You tell me. Because, you know, Tesla like snatching motherfuckers up on semantics and saying, oh,
yeah, but Charlamagne asked the question though.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
It's the same shit. It's the same shit, right? It's the same, like, it's the same response that Larry gave him. Like, just tell me, nigga, because I know what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So he knows. But I don't think enough attention is paid to the antithesis of the nigga wake up call, because it has an antithesis. And that antithesis is, the original is okay, damn, now I know I'm a nigga to these people, right? That's the original. The antithesis to that, though, is something that a lot of us are feeling right now. When you see dumbass shit like that sexy red video and you're saying, damn, I'm a nigga. That's the antithesis, all right? Like, fuck, that's the nigga wake up call. Like, man, maybe I should stop being a part of this group of motherfuckers, because I'm here to tell you right now, Joe Biden was absolutely right when he said you ain't black if you don't vote for him. Because black ain't what it used to be. It's exclusively owned by them motherfuckers, rights and all. They've bought and paid for that shit probably for maybe the last 50 years. That's their shit now. Black is their shit. We got to move on from that idea. It's over. I used to not think this. I've even had discussions with Strong Dad, like, nah, we can come back. We can't come back no more, bro. It's over. Black is their shit, right? That's your shit.
Yes.
Joe, you was right. You can have it. Because if them niggas like Charlamagne, like the bitch Tesla, and like that broad I've been seeing crying over the fact that Joe Biden got elected, the little clip where everyone was like, what was the moment you feel about that clip?
Yeah.
If all of them are considered black, then I want nothing to do with it. Y'all ain't shit as people. And I don't care if your skin is as dark or darker than mine, because black is not genetics. It's a political movement. And like any other political movement over the past 50 years, it's been infiltrated and rehashed. We got to wrap our minds around that, because the faster we do, the sooner we can preserve what's left. And also, the motherfucking Trump interview going on during debate.
Is that true? Is that a real thing?
Yeah, that's the real thing.
Oh, wow.
I think Trump is weak, bro. You debate. And you don't debate because you win in some shit. No, you don't do that. You debate because you get an opportunity to kick every last one of them motherfuckers while they're down. That's why you do it.
No.
Not the fact that if you're going to broadcast simultaneously.
Yeah. With who though? With who though?
Tucker Carlson.
The GOAT.
Yeah, he's going to get eyes. He's going to get eyes like a motherfucker. But I personally would much rather.
No, Ghosty. No way. There's no way I'm choosing you, Trump manager. You're choosing to debate these scrubs over doing the interview at the same time with Tucker? I'm telling Trump, yo, go kick it with Tucker. Fuck these fools.
Look, Trump.
Listen. This class is so trash. Like, trash. Like, these is like new budding grifters. Like, all of these motherfuckers is young. These are new budding grifters. Like, why would he show up? Biden ain't showing up. The Democrats ain't showing up.
It's part of his brand. That's why. He's known for being a bully, for kicking motherfuckers while they're down and all that shit.
This is how you do it with the Tucker shit.
Look, I'd much rather hear the debates personally because he is going to give you the same spiel he's been giving you for the past 5 years. The deep state's after me. I'm going to take down the deep state. He may even fucking bring back up the wall. He's just going to say the same shit he's been saying for the same 5 years. I'd much rather see Vivek lay off into DeSantis' ass. That's going to be better TV to me. Because Trump is just going to repeat himself. There's nothing he's bringing new to the table. I defy one Trump supporter to tell me anything new that he's bringing to the table when you take into account the last 5 years, right? Because you have to have a new game plan. The world ain't the same as it was when you first ran. So you have to have a new game plan, and he has not introduced one iota of it because it's the same shit. Deep state, they're after me. They're trying to get to you. I'm just in the way. All little catchy shit that you can put on the coffee.
It's the truth, though. Nigga done got locked up 30 times this year.
He ain't been locked up. That motherfucker's taking photo ops and in the process taking motherfuckers for campaign donations. That's what he's doing.
Listen, it's Trump or die, baby.
I mean, yeah, if you voting for him, like you said, single issue voter, that's the smart play because he's going to put money in your pocket. I will never deny that. But come the fuck on with this. I don't know.
I'm choosing Tucker, man. Let's ask the chat. Let's put the poll up. We're going to ask the YouTube chat. Let's ask the chat. Should Trump debate? I'm going to put Tucker. And then yes. All right? No, my bad. I'm going to put yes. And then I'm going to put talk to Tucker.
Debate. I want to see him talk shit against fuck. I want to see
You want to see it for you. You want to see it for you. I'm tuning in to Trump on Tucker.
Bro, the most entertaining part of 2016 was when he was laying wood to Hillary's bitch ass.
That was great.
I want to see the same thing to DeSantis, the same thing to Vivek. I want to see that.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's capable. And that's why I think he's not doing it.
No, I don't. He's not capable. Are you serious?
I know. I don't verbally. I mean, there's word going around that this man is sick. I think he's on Joe Biden status.
Oh boy, here we go. Now you got the conspiracy theories now.
Think about it. You know Trump don't miss an opportunity to bang on a motherfucker. And now all of a sudden he's
I think that's what he's doing. The move to Tucker is him basically saying, listen, you guys are so insignificant. I'm about to squash you. Watch this. Nobody's going to watch you because they're going to watch me.
That's smart man shit. That's smart man shit. That's how you would approach.
That's stepping on an ant.
He don't do that. This motherfucker talks shit in a debate against a talk show host, Rosie O'Donnell.
Mm-hmm.
He took the opportunity to bang on some fat bitch who is insignificant to anything, as insignificant as it
When
gets.
was this? When was this?
Rosie O'Donnell, back in 2016, when Megyn Kelly asked him that question.
Oh, that was before he was president.
It doesn't matter. He ain't president.
It does
now.
matter. It does matter. Trump president and Trump not president are two different people. Two completely different people. When Trump became president, his head, like you thought he had a big ego before. After he became president, bro, his ego is out of here, bro. He was going overseas, grabbing presidents of other countries and pulling them and shit. And they pulled up at the summit. He went, walked in front, pushed the dude out the way, stood in front, fixed his suit. Like he was out here really thinking he was the man.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's what I want to see. Joe Biden is not no competition. As it remains right now, the field of competition.
It's too early. It's too early. It's too early. We haven't. It's not even 2024, and you're asking. I'm thinking like I'm his campaign manager. You're asking my champion fighter to get in the ring with a bunch of upstarts. They got to get in the ring and get their nose bloody first and have a couple of fights. So when they done, scrapping, I'll fucking debate. I'll have my fighter debate whoever comes out of that bunch. Let them fight it out. Because the polls say it's Trump versus everybody else.
Yeah, I've always liked the fighting champion. It seems weak to me. It seems like ducking and dodging. Whoop everybody.
No, I don't know. To me, it's like a waste of resources. That's what it is to me. It's like, why should we expend that energy? It's an opportunity cost thing. It's like, instead of doing that, what could we be doing? I could be talking to Tucker. So let's do that. And let's air it at the same time. Because like the fact that he's airing it, the fact that it's pre-recorded it, he pre-recorded it, had it edited just to drop at the same time as the debates, bro. That's petty. That is petty. That's premeditated squashing. That is evil. And I love it. I think that's just more, it's just more cynical.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what he says. If he doesn't say shit during that interview, then my assessment stands. He should have took his ass up there and kicked Ron DeSantis in the ass a few times. Because on that stage,
Ron DeSantis isn't even his competition up there. Vivek is.
I think verbally, maybe.
Vivek is.
I think verbally.
Vivek is the only one that could hang with Trump.
You think so?
Yes.
Vivek.
In the debate, yes. Like mentioning Ron DeSantis, like Ron DeSantis is about to get his ass whooped in this debate. Do y'all realize he's about to get his ass handed to him? He's about to look stupid as shit. Remember I said it too. Ron DeSantis is about to look stupid as shit. He's not going to shine. Who else is in this debate?
I'm going on record as saying that Vivek
Who's in the
going to go
chat? Put the names in the debate in the chat so I can tell you how garbage these motherfuckers is.
I'm going to go on record as saying Vivek is going to go in there thinking he's got this and he's going to brick because he's going to talk over everybody's head.
That could happen.
That's why.
That could happen. Yeah, Big Farmer Slimy. Listen, somebody said let Vivek stomp on Ron. Yeah, exactly. Trump, you sit down. Vivek, whoop Ron ass real quick. That's how I'm looking at this shit. Whoop his ass so we can expose him. Get him out of here. Who else is there? Chat, who else is there?
Scott.
Scott who?
Haley.
Chris Christie's in it? Are you serious? All right, Pence, Nikki Haley, and Chris Christie. First of all, this is Mike Pence versus Vivek. That's what this debate is. This is Mike Pence versus Vivek. Everybody else is kind of like just participating and hanging around. But the only people that are really going to shine is going to be Mike Pence and Vivek. Mike Pence is only going to shine is because he's not going to make any mistakes. He's going to be very boring, but he's not going to make any mistakes. Nikki Haley's going to get some shine because she's a chick. But
Tim Scott?
Ron DeSantis is going to be forgettable.
Where's Tim Scott? He ain't in it?
No, it's a no niggas allowed policy.
Oh, goddamn.
It's like, nah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Is Scott in it? Lindsay H says Scott. Is that who you talking about, Scott?
Yeah, Tim Scott.
Tim Scott. Is he in it?
The brother.
If Tim Scott's in it, it might be Tim Scott versus Vivek, because Tim Scott got a little more swag.
Yeah, Vivek got a blind spot when it comes to niggas.
And he got a blind spot when it comes to niggas. And Tim Scott ain't no coon neither. Or is it Byron Donalds?
Byron Donald's not the coon. Tim Scott's a bit of a coon.
Oh, okay. All right. I got him mixed up. So, yeah.
We're going to see. It's going to be interesting nonetheless.
All right. We're going to see. But I say Trump got to sit down, man. Trump got to sit down.
All right, bro. Hotep and Bill.
All right, Hotep and Bill, yo. Love a good debate. Love a good debate. Said nobody likes Mike Pence. I know, but Mike Pence is like really boring and dry and just drab, to where he's sort of like, it's very interesting how he fits into somebody's subconscious mind, right? Like, it's just really boring. So he kind of just like slides by. Like nobody really like pays much attention to him, but he's sharp. Like he knows his shit. Joni, you got 2 minutes. What you got, baby?
Oh, I'm quick today. So I figured I'm bored.
Pause. Oh my God.
But I didn't even say anything. Anyways, I don't even know what you're talking about. I really don't know what you're talking about. But let's not need my time here. So I figured out I'm born for this weekend, right? Let me run through this. So my older brother, I figured out he was born on 911 days prior to me. So then my younger brother's actually born on 9/11, right? So right away I'm like, okay, cool. Then I'm like, hey, what's the difference between me and the younger brother? 9/3, Flight 93, Thelema, all that. So it's 9/39. I'm like, are you kidding me? What the heck's going on here, man? So that's why I'm always in on all this shit, right? But anyways, two things. Trump's in on a deep statement right now if he's like, or he's just unable to see the bigger play here. Because you know what? Sure, he doesn't go to the debates this year. 4 years from now, they don't have a debate because Trump didn't need to go. And then Joe Biden's already had no debates. That's the next step, right? So that's my opinion on that one.
Should Trump debate?
Hell yeah, because they're trying to get rid of them altogether. So by him not going, he's either a plant or he doesn't see the bigger picture.
All right, get off my phone.
What, 2028, they're going to come back and say, hey, well, he didn't show up, so we don't need one this year, you know?
Get off my phone, Joe.
The last one, Charlamagne. How is a guy with the name Charlamagne going to talk about anything about as far as like slavery, as far as like anything?
I thought about that too before, Jonah. I've thought about that. That is true.
I will give him credit that he's probably thinking that he's like being wise because he's going with Charlamagne Toussaint Louverture, or however you say that. But other than me, I guarantee most of the black people in the channel don't know who Charlamagne Toussaint Louverture is. I can't say the word. But, you know what I mean? He's probably thinking, hey, the Haitian revolt, this, that, and the other thing. But, dude, every motherfucker in this planet's going to think about the Roman emperor that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, thanks, Jonah. Hotep and Bill, bro.
Later.
Hoes and white woman. AK and hoes and white woman, call in, man. Yeah, we caught Yahoo doing some bullshit. That's some shit. We caught Yahoo doing some bullshit. Yeah, we caught Yahoo doing some bullshit, bro. Where is it? Right here. See that? They titled the article "Rapper Nas." I started his account.
Call from.
Yo.
What up, AJ?
What up?
How's that? How's your food? This is AK, man.
AK, what up, bro?
What up, man?
That was good seeing you this weekend, man.
Yeah, man. Hotep Con was like, honestly, I didn't know what to expect because, you know, I haven't been with y'all for a long time. But man, every single person that I met that is part of Hotep Nation made me feel like I was family, like for real, man. And I've made some lifelong friends, man, just from a few days. Like, shout out especially to Hotep Dutch. That is one cool nigga, man. Like, me and him, conversations. Same with Chris, man. Oh, like, just everyone just was, it was amazing, man. So, y'all really know what you got going on, man. And I already knew that, you know. That's obviously why I'm attracted and part of Hotep Nation. But yeah, man, it's unreal, bro. Like I was hoping that Hotep Goldstein would suddenly show up, or like Strong Dad, because I want to talk to those niggas too, man.
Yeah. Oh, could you imagine if they was there?
Oh, it would have been lit, man. I mean, it was already awesome, man. Like for real, like every single person. But yeah, that would have been some extra level shit right there.
Yo, extra vibes. You was at game night, right?
Yeah.
So you was standing. So AK was standing right next to me when Uncle Hotep came with the Bud Light. Did I not throw it on Uncle Hotep?
You dumped that entire motherfucker on him, man. Because like he thought he'd be slick, right? He like put it up there, and you got his ass, man. You want to know what though? When you poured it on that shirt that I just gave him, man.
Oh shit. Oops, my bad.
No, I don't get tired. That shit's washable, dog. That was funny though, man, because he finally got you.
He finally got me.
Yeah, man. You got a Bud Light bath. So the question would be, like, he took a bath in it. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been baptized in Bud Light now. He's the tea people now. He's been baptized, dog.
He wanted the tea people now. Big facts. Oh man. You coming next year?
Hey, man, oh yeah, sure. I'm gonna go to any Hotep event. I'm gonna find a way to be there, dog. Like I said, man. Like me and Sonny, man, we had some deep conversations, man. Like she was giving me advice on stuff. Like, man, like again, like I expected this. Like it was in the back of my mind, but to actually experience it, it's exactly what the people that follow what it is that you represent, like that's, honestly, of every group of people that I've ever met and associated with, it's the realest group. Like that's the best way to describe it. It's just a bunch of real motherfuckers.
That's it. Just a bunch of real motherfuckers. That's why I was telling people, man, you real on the internet, you're gonna attract real people. You know?
Yeah, no, that's what we were talking about yesterday, man. It's true, man. You're real, you attract real. Yeah. And, you know, your panels, like meeting Cooley Bravo and having just deep conversations with that cat, man, like, it's just, like I said, man, and obviously, like, tonight, man, like, that dude has so much knowledge. It's just crazy how he keeps it all up in that brain, bro.
Yo, tonight, oh, my God. Yo.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Listen.
It's crazy.
Listen, man. The talk with Tanai is otherworldly because he's a PhD. You know, he know that science shit.
Yeah, man. He's breaking down everything. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Rook too. But I already knew that about Rook. Like the deepness. You know, that she can go into. And it's like she talked for such a long time and covered like so many different facets of it. But that was everyone, you know what I'm saying? Like
you guys picked a stellar lineup of folks to come and talk, man. Like I said, anyone that missed out, like, you all missed out on some good shit. But next year, you know, probably be different format, different whatever. But anyone that, again, has ever even, like, considered it, make a way to make it happen. Because you won't regret a single thing. Hey, I wanted to say something that I think that both Goldstein, I respect that nigga's, like, his intuition on stuff is, like, on point. That's the thing that I like about Goldstein. He has amazing intuition. But from beyond just the intuitive part, there is a gamemanship that goes into politics, right? And that gamesmanship is, if you're the king, do you let peons take shots at you? Because sometimes niggas get lucky, okay? I can stand up to a prize fighter, and if I get a good lick, I can knock that motherfucker out in that specific fight, right?
Yeah.
So that's why, if you're the king and you stand head and shoulders above everybody else, any good political strategist will say it's worthless. You only have downside.
Correct.
There is no upside to you going through that debate until the field gets whittled down, and then you actually have real competition. Then you debate. But you don't. That's like, you're never going to see the champ go and fight some amateur that just came out that has a record of 2-0.
No, you're not going to see that.
And it's not because they're afraid. It's because why would you? It's not even worth your time. You already know that you are head and shoulders above that. So that's the thing with Trump, man. Like, I get that people want to see him, and the intuitive is like, oh, is he afraid to fight? It's like, no. It's just it's a waste of his time, and it's way better to go on Tucker and get everything out there that you want to see. And I think that Goldstein's going to see what he's unsure of, which is Trump kind of laying a larger vision. And then, Tucker's going to push back on him a little bit on certain things. But that's what I think we're going to see. So, yeah, I don't care about the rest of the scrubs in the field. Let them battle it out, man.
I agree. Thank you. Somebody with some sense, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Well, hey, bro, I'm going to let you go, man. Hotep and Bill. Shout out to everyone. Like I said, man, Hotep Dutch, if you're listening, dog, that's what's up, man. He's my brother from a different mother, man. Like, we separated across the seas, Netherlands to America. But, man, me and that cat, man, we was on the same vibe, bro.
That's my dude. All right, yo, Hotep and Bill, bro.
Hotep and Bill.
That's AK right there.
Call from Wholesome White Woman.
Wholesome White Woman, what's up, baby?
Oh, hello. Sorry, I missed my call. My husband called me with tasks, and I was like, let's do the important work before we do the internet stuff.
My man. We love it. That's a wholesome white woman.
Serving and doing and getting it done. I just smoked a little bit of weed, so my brain's a little flat. First point of business, I'm going to grift a little bit. Tomorrow is Tuesday. That means it's News Day. Millennial Media Offensive. We would love to have you with us on the offensive. You can find us at rubyridge.lol. What was the second thing? HotepCon. I'm glad that y'all had a wonderful time. In the replay of the clips at the beginning of the show, I had it on speakerphone because we were riding and doing recess for PE. And my daughter heard Hotep Jesus not being very godly in Vegas. And all I could do was cackle, which led to a conversation about, like, well, not all of Vegas is terrible. Like, there's hotels and banquet rooms, and you don't have to go do any of the other stuff. If you're there for an event, like, you can. So
it wasn't me, it was my clone. Tell her it wasn't me, it was my clone.
I looked at her and I said, ma'am, you know how alcohol gets people. We're going to let the man have a weekend. And she said, okay.
That's a good response. She'll always remember you be acting crazy when you on alcohol.
Right. Then, yes, she's her douchebag uncle shows it all the time. So she's well aware of what happens. So we had the Hotep grifted Next year, 4 locations. I know that it wasn't mentioned, but I was hollering it in the Rumble chat. New Orleans. Now, this is a very selfish reason, very selfish, but also it could work out. My husband has never been there, so
been to Vegas?
It could be like that. No, he's never been to New Orleans.
Oh.
So for next year's Hotep Con, to
New
put
Orleans?
on the little, New Orleans.
Chad, that's where
I
Chad's at.
When I was younger, I worked for a company, and they did it was some big anniversary of the company itself, and they rented out the Hilton, and like everybody got to go. You get a room, and then we had like the banquet hall for meetings and stuff, so we could write it off. They could write it off. But that was, I thought, dope. Let's run a whole floor, and then everybody can go tour New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
Be a fun cultural trip as well.
So here's the big secret. The big secret is we might do a tour, right? So what we might do is
I like that idea.
We might set up Miami, and then once we set up Miami and Miami goes off, we might hit another city right after that. You know, because if it's a success, we'll do another one, but we'll do it in another city.
For anybody who missed Miami, might be able to catch the second one.
Yeah, so we'll do like Miami and then Texas. So we might do a tour next year. Hotep tour next year. What y'all think about that, y'all? Hotep tour? Audience said, huh?
I said, how funny would it be if it was more of like a fish tour, like where people would follow you around throughout the country?
What? What the hell?
Like, do you have anybody in your circle that's a member of a Moose Lodge or Fraternal Order of the Eagles?
What the hell is that?
Or American Legion?
What the hell is that? We some white supremacist groups.
Well, no, they're fraternal clubs, and that doesn't make it sound any less white supremacist.
Let me ask you a question. Should Trump debate or not?
Oh, God. For the sake of the country, yes, he should debate.
Instead of doing the Tucker shit?
I mean, okay, but
this
is where
white woman, I gotta let you go. You've been smoking too much weed. You done got high.
I think that it will be beneficial to him to have this conversation with Tucker. And the only reason I say that for the benefit of the country, yes, because in 2020, we really didn't get debates. So now we have one cycle where it's not happened. And now if we have a second cycle where there's a rift and there's not 100% compliance to there's no fucking reason we can't debate, we are debating, then that creates the opening for the next cycle. Why even have debates? We didn't do it. It's fine. Like, it creates an opening for nonsense. And we are at a stage where we tolerate zero nonsense. Nil.
I disagree.
That's okay. I'm a 5th generation American. I understand. I love you. I'm proud of you. Have a wonderful day. I'm going to go finish my little chill on the weed.
All right. Hotep and build.
Hotep and build.
Oh, there's a white woman on the check-in. Kev, call in. You got 2 minutes, man. Kev, you got 2 minutes. D. Silvera, thank you for what you do, brother. I appreciate you. Hotep and build. Thanks, man. Damn, that was $99. You the man, bro. But yeah, we brought a lot of people together this weekend, man. We brought a lot of people together. Retro Neon, what up? Shout out to my Rumblers. Hotep Con, Texas, that's where it's at. Retro Neon wants Texas. I think we're going to do Miami first. We're going to do Hotep Miami. We're going to do Hotep Miami, and then we'll do Hotep Texas after that. I might get Rogan to come out. Uh-oh.
Call from.
Uh-oh. Who that?
Okay.
Who that, Kev?
Yeah, that's Kev.
What up, bro?
Man, I'm up in the air on the debate just because I do know the math as far as a lot of us that we're liberal or Democrat that came over with Trump, or even those that or nothing and then came over with Trump, we all follow the RFK and believe the RFK lines as far as what the
COVID,
what the pharmaceutical companies have been doing for years. And that's somewhere where Trump is actually really weak as far as his actions, and RFK's not pulling that. I might not be pulling what Trump is, but he could definitely tear him down in the debates over those issues. So in that aspect, it would be smart for him not to debate, but I mean, if the truth's going to come out, the truth's going to come out one way or another.
Yeah. Absolutely, I agree. So what you got? So which side would you choose if you're his campaign manager? What are you saying? Trump should stay out of the debate, go to Tucker?
I'd say he needs to go in to defend himself against those. And
oh, get the fuck out of here, Kev.
I think he's got to admit that he was wrong.
Oh Lord Jesus, Kev, you have lost your mind.
Don't get me wrong. I don't. All right, if I'm his campaign manager, no, he's not going to debate him just because being humble is not one of his strong suits.
Is what?
It's not one of his strong suits. As far as humbling himself, as far as admitting, okay, yeah, I made this mistake or blah, blah,
So
blah.
why would he do that?
Because he obviously made the mistake.
He didn't make no mistakes.
With the trusting the backs and telling everybody they're pushing it.
He was hanging with Johnson & Johnson. I believe everybody's having a problem with Pfizer.
I don't think any of them were.
And the West name wasn't mRNA.
Yeah, I know that there's some that weren't mRNA, but
Trump ain't give you mRNA. Remember that.
And I can agree with that, but at the same time, just the fact that he went along with it and it opened the door for the rest of the mess.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's something RFK is going to be pushing during debates if he's not there to say, yeah, I did this or yeah, I did that.
No. Bad idea. Bye, Kev.
Bye.
Hotep and Bill. It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. Veto everybody saying that shit. Trump should not debate. Trump should not debate. Absolutely not. That's a bad idea. It's just like, and this is why motherfuckers don't have no power. Because y'all don't know how to use your power. Y'all just be wasting this shit. Oh, I should go debate these people because I made a mistake. Powerful people don't apologize.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Powerful people do not apologize. Remember that. It's not what we do. Are there times to apologize? Absolutely. But do you apologize for every mistake? That's like cucking to the left. You don't apologize for every mistake. People who know we're going to make mistakes. Now, if you do some fucked up shit, just morally wrong, okay, you can apologize for. You should probably apologize for it. If you do something morally wrong, you should probably apologize for that. But mistakes happen. Like, you just make missteps. You can't apologize for every mistake you make. Be apologizing to everybody. You know? He said, this isn't about them, it's about us. No, it's not. It's about them. It's not about us. They're not voting for you. You're voting for them. It's about them. You think it's about you. That's the big trick. Y'all think the elections is about you. Shit, it's not about you. If I give a fuck about you. This country don't love you. The people in it do. Come to HotepCon, the people love you. You know? Chad texting me. 202. Here, let me give it to Chad.
Rana says, hold on. I mean, we're gonna talk to Chad. Chad about to call in. Listen, man. Listen. This is about them, okay? Because that's, at the end of the day, that's the only person that's sure to win. If you're on that debate stage, you're a winner. Just getting to that debate stage, you're a winner. Yo.
Yo.
Yo, yo.
Yeah, yo.
Yo, 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 yo.
How are you feeling? How are you feeling on this?
I'm fucking exhausted.
I too, bro. Listen, I got home at 6:30 this morning. I spent all day in the LAX airport, and I went to sleep. I woke up. I had phone calls. I had people telling me that like my shit was leaking out at one of my jobs. I had to leave. I'm on my way to Texas right now.
What?
Like, no rest for the weary.
What?
They said, "Fuck Hotep Con. You gotta come fix this shit right now." So, yeah.
What?
Yeah. So
You got to go to Texas right now?
Yeah. See, I'm almost there already. But I lost my voice. I lost my voice singing on stage with you and Cooley. And I gotta say, I gotta apologize to Cooley because like he was just trying to help me out. I was already losing my voice, but he was like singing behind me, and I'm singing like Joe. I'm singing like a simp song, you know?
Yeah.
I'm up there on the stage, and here I see Cooley standing behind me, and he's singing and stuff, and I was like, dude, pause. And so he just like walked off the stage. And I feel bad because like now I feel like it looks like I was trying to big time Cooley Bravo, and I'm like, no man, I should have been honored that I was on the stage with Cooley Bravo, and instead I fucking kicked him off the stage. I feel terrible.
But you was joking though, like you didn't even mean it like that.
Yeah, I was just joking. I was like, yo, pause. Because he was singing something, singing like, I want to know just, anyway.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man, what a weekend, though. Like, y'all, I don't know what to tell y'all. Block out your calendar as soon as the dates come out. Save your money. Start putting money in a jar. Every time you want to go buy a pack of cigarettes or go buy a Starbucks or whatever your guilty pleasure is, don't buy it. Put that money in a jar and save that shit so you can make your way to HotepCon because the FOMO, I don't know how y'all live with it, man. I think I'd be dead already from the FOMO if I didn't get to go all three HotepCons. So, like, I feel bad for the people who haven't been to one yet.
He said he'd been to all three.
That's right. It's me. It's well, I mean, except for like you and Unc, you know, obviously, but like, so there's me, there's Olivia, Patriot J, Trish, and Brody, and that's it. We're the only ones been to all three. So y'all need to step up y'all's game. Y'all got to get your numbers up. Because when it's HotepCon number 20, you don't want to be like, yeah, I've only been to 2. You want to be like, yeah, I missed the first 3, but I've been to the last 17 in a row.
That's what, we had a lot of second, I think half the people that came this year were second year HotepConners.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so, and the other thing is, too, like, one of the things I was noticing is, so like I was telling you yesterday before I left, like, that Saturday morning I started getting sad because I was like, damn, it's the last day. Like, it's almost over. I started feeling sad because I still had to, like, psych myself up. Like, no, man, enjoy this last day because there's still a whole bunch of fun stuff left to do. But one of the things that really struck me is, like, this is so early still. We're still so early. Even though, like,
still
I've
so
been
early
working with y'all for like 5 years, it's still so early.
Still
and
so
there's
early.
so much stuff that's like on the horizon. That's like y'all don't even know. Like when you get
you get in person with a bunch of people who have ideas and are looking to collaborate and network and build with other people. Like Hotep Con is the purest incarnation, manifestation, whatever you want to call it, of the phrase Hotep and build that there is. There's nothing more pure to represent Hotep and build than Hotep Con, where everyone comes together and you actually like meet in flesh and blood, and you get to chop it up and really like look each other in the eye and like hang out and spend time together. It's a totally different experience. And I'm telling you, start putting money in the jar. Save your money. You don't want to miss it.
Yeah, I feel like Hotep Con's another dimension, yo. Like it doesn't even feel like reality, yo.
It's like time got suspended. Like, Trish and I were talking about it yesterday. Like we didn't even like look at our social media for like the whole weekend, and then like yesterday we just start pulling it up. We like going crazy laughing at like the shit Cooley was saying and like some of the other stuff people had posted that we hadn't even seen in 3 days. I was fucking around in the airport. I made a meme of Uncle Hotep with like 20 different shots of him with his sunglasses on.
Yeah.
Shout out ABL. ABL even like came and like big up Jason Rose's little super cut of all the shout out ABLs. That was dope.
We might have to bring ABL to Miami next year.
Oh shit, that's for real, like that. Because I got a lot of respect when you see something like that. You know he's just like he was just having fun with it too. So that's cool because it started off as a little bit of a beef between you and Unc over ABL, and now it's like he's like, nah, I get it. Like shout out ABL, like that's all you can say. Just drop the hashtag. Shout out to Decent Host for putting that shit together. And shout out to Taylor and Trish. I feel bad. I feel like I didn't do shit to help because Trish was just like, she was on top of everything the whole weekend. And I feel like I told her, I was like, look, you gotta help. You gotta tell me like what I can do next year. Like I gotta help you more because I feel like a deadbeat. I was just out there just like drifting.
Yeah, I feel the same. Like Trish was on top of every fucking thing, and I was just like showing up. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think we need like another assistant. I think we need like a program assistant. Yeah, we probably need a program assistant that like keeps everything on schedule. I don't know what that position's called, but next year we're gonna need somebody that just like, is making sure that, if it's time to go to dinner, the chefs are prepared and the cues to go to dinner, all those different cues and shit. But other than that,
we gotta figure out where we're going. We gotta figure out where we're going like 6 months in advance, and then just like make Brody go get a job over there, so he can like just run that shit and tell the restaurant and tell the hotel how to take care of us right.
Yeah.
Because it's a whole different deal with Brody running things. Shout out to Brody too. But nah, man, it was great. I loved it. I love meeting all the new folks too, like all the new people I had never met before, and then Tanai coming out and speaking this time. Got to hang out with him and chop it up. It was great, man.
Yeah.
And then of course Sonny and Rook and the folks who keep coming back over and over again. And I told Unc, like when I told him when he had to go catch his flight, I was like, look, man, I talked to everybody at Quantico and Langley, and they both said we can give you another year. So he's Unc has been extended. We're not going to lock him up just yet. Cooking. So.
Oh man, I appreciate the call in, bro. It was good seeing you, man. Great times. I can't wait till the next one.
Yeah. That shit. Yeah, definitely. All right, man. Peace.
All right, don't work too hard.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cadillac. Yeah, HotepCon was. Oh man.
Phone lines are closed. Real quick, I just want to send prayers and blessings up to Rudy. Rudy got into a car accident a couple of weeks ago. I just want to say on the podcast, everybody send his wishes and prayers and love and light out to Rudy while he heals up. Waldemar Perez Jr. with the $10 super chat over on YouTube says, those of us who know how the machine works, it didn't matter what Trump wanted. They made him do record spending and medical tyranny, violating body sovereignty. Well, Trump dealt with something that, nobody would have been able to handle. Okay? Nobody would have been able to handle the pandemic. Nobody. There's not a person on the planet that could have handled that. That's what I truly believe, and he did the best he could under the circumstances. But yeah, Hotep Con was, it's like you get warped into another dimension and shit. Absolutely instant experience. Greatest people on the planet, all in one spot. Coolest shit. White, black, island, African, European. We had Dutch came from the Netherlands. That's why he's Dutch. He flew in international. Oh man, we had people flying from all over. It was great, man. It's a great time. Shout out to the producers of the Hotep content, Jason, and Jabari. Hotep Con wasn't the same without Jabari. Jabari didn't get a chance to make it. Natasha Kayleen didn't get a chance to make it. They missed the classic. I really missed them not being there. Of course, Taylor, Trish, Brody stopped by Hotep Con. That was great. But Taylor, Trish, really, 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 really huge, humongous freaking help. I mean, just handled everything. So I appreciate you guys. Can't wait to look over the Hotep Con footage. Once we get that Hotep Con footage, we got to clean a lot of that shit up. And then we'll put, like I said, Hotep's Been Told You live, edited, will be up on Patreon. Yeah, that'll be up on Patreon. And what else? Oh yeah, if there's something you want me to discuss on the Grift Report, hashtag Grift Report online on Twitter, and tag me. And if it makes it into the bag, I'll hit the like button. I don't always get to everything in the bag. It depends on how I feel when the show comes on and what the flow is like. But it might make the show. And at the very least, it's keeping me aware. Just email. Send your call. What the hell? What is this? Oh, okay. That. He said, I can't wait till next year. I'm trying to debate Goldstein on whatever. Oh, wow. Maybe we'll set up a debate. Maybe we'll set up a debate. That'll be dope. Be Strong Dad versus Goldstein. We could probably do a all-dayer. We could start the conference at like 10 and go to like 2, 3. Yeah. And then we can fill it with a bunch of acts. Yeah, we doing I'm really leaning towards Miami. For next year's Hotep Con. Yeah, absolutely. And last thing, I just want to say, hit the like button on the way out. I forgot to do that today, and that really helps the algorithm. So if you're watching the replay or live right now, hit the like button. Let's juice up the likes, juice up the algorithm. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. Got a couple of things to do tomorrow, but I'll be back tomorrow. 2 p.m. for the Grift Report. Good to be back. Got to get back in the flow of things, but it's good to be back. Love y'all, man. Hotep and Bill.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. That's not how I'm supposed to do this. How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand? You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.